Let's make hot dog for pancakes day. This is a Korean pancake made with brown sugar and typically walnuts, but today we've got mixed seeds. And it looks so good. Look at this, look how fat they are.
Let's start with the dough. Okay, it's a fairly straightforward ratio. I think it's actually a 1-to-1. So 1 part water, 1 part flour. Now, the mixture requires a little bit of sugar and oil added to the hot water. This will help cool down the water as well. You don't want to singe the yeast, so try and keep the temperature around about 38 to 39 degrees. The cooler it is, the better it will thrive. Give that a quick whirl while you're focusing on preparing the flour. Now, the best part about this recipe is that even the proofing doesn't take that long. So it's not like your traditional bread or your traditional sort of yeasty dough. Now, in saying that, I do want to test out the yeast. So you want it from this to this basically, and the foaming basically suggests that it's alive. I've combined the wet ingredient with the dry ingredient and give it a rough mix. Nothing crazy, there's no kneading this recipe, which is actually perfect. Okay, this is a no stress recipe. What I mean by that is that we're just placing the dough in the same bowl that we made it. No oil, no new materials, a bit of cling film to help it proof. Now the first proof takes an hour to double in size. We're going to knock the bubbles out so that it can proof for a second time. This sort of method is a fold method. It's essentially just to knock everything out. There is no kneading required, so no stress, no sort of weird arm exercise, and it will still grow. Now the second proof, you can see even more structure in the dough. That's okay, we're going to knock it again for the third time. Now for the nut sugar mix, I used brown sugar. I did run out unfortunately, so we're just going to replace it with some white sugar. It has no impact to the end result. I've also added an extra step here, which is not even necessary. I toasted the seeds. You can also replace the seeds or add other form of nuts, macadamia, walnut, which is the traditional ingredient, and you're just going to combine the two with some cinnamon. Now, if you like a stronger flavor in terms of like the strength of cinnamon, bump it up. This is the bit where you can alter it, so you can use like allspice, pumpkin spice, anything will work because the sugar will caramelize and make the most amazing filling. This is the bit that most people struggle with, is forming the pancakes. Now the dough itself, I said donut, I realized that. Now the dough itself is very pliable and also extremely soft. For some reason, because of the water weight proportion, it does make your dough very watery. So you will find that it will run a little bit under heat. That's fine, that's exactly what you want. In fact, I think the way they traditionally make it is meant to be a much more hydrated dough than what you're expecting. Now, using a very basic sort of dumpling style wrapping, you're just going to allow the filling to sit in the middle, and all you're doing is lightly pushing the filling into the center whilst your hands or your fingertips walk the dough to pinch it. It's not the best way to explain this, but essentially what you want to do is pinch all the corners to form a ball. That's all you want to do. Nothing creative about this. You will see loads of sort of ajuma and loads of people who are just doing it so quickly. That's exactly what they're doing. In fact, I think there's a better technique for it. What I've learned is push with your finger or push with your thumb and then walk the other hand around the dough, pinching its edges. That's it. And this just requires practice, really. This is probably my 6th or 7th attempt until I got it perfect. So don't worry.
So I think I messed up. What I was meant to do was fill all the dough balls with this sugary mix that we made earlier on. Now I only got enough for one left. and I still got 4 more to make. So what I've decided to do is make a savoury version with an ingredient that we all have, which is cheese, which I think is just one of the best ideas I've had to combine the two together. And I think this might be even better than the sweet ones, especially if you're more of a savoury person than a sweet person. I mean, you're both sweet and savoury to me, but you can choose.
Okay, I know I said I made a mistake, but is it really a mistake? I mean, come on. This is like the best thing ever. Like, cheese-filled pancake, warm, gooey, stringy. I mean, I'm using cheddar, but you could use mozzarella. You can use different types of cheese, whatever you have it in your fridge. Honestly, it tasted so good, and look how quick my hands were, because the cheese, working with the cheese was so much easier than sugar and nut filling, because it didn't overspill. It also kind of worked with you rather than against you. I just learned a trick though, because I grated the cheese. I basically I kind of molded it so that it was easy to fill these dough with. Now, strangely enough, because I did 4 of them, they went first, because I think everyone can all agree how amazing cheese pancakes are anyway. Now, with the pan, I didn't really cover the whole pan with oil. It's up to you how you want to fry it. I just wanted it enough to essentially not allow the dough to burn. Now, the way these cook are kind of iconic as well, because whatever touches the surface of the pan will cook first, and then everything around it will cook second. So you get like an inner ring and then an outer ring to these pancakes, which is kind of cool. And also the way you notice or know that they are HOTTEOK pancakes. Now, when you are putting pressure, when you're flattening them, do not worry, they do puff up again, because they're like sort of like your typical crumpet, English crumpet or English muffins. That's what they kind of closely resemble to me. Now, when you give them a flip, it's about 2 minutes on each side. Now, the thicker your pancakes are or the larger they are, they might require more time. Do top up on oil if you are drying out, because you don't want it to burn. Now, some of the sugar will kind of slowly spill out where areas of your dough is really thin. That's okay. That's part of life.
It's a very different type of pancake, but pancake nonetheless. And it looks so good, and it smells so good. And it's like chewy, it's bready, it's like carby, and it's sweet with like that brown sugar and peanut. I got mixed seeds. Cinnamon goes so well. Normally they fold it in half and they put it in a cup and you eat it just like that. And look at the brown sugar ooze out. I use mixed seeds, which basically has like sunflower seeds, pine nuts, sesame seeds, and it like goes so well. Oh, that's such a fun pancake. Early on I said I made a mistake with not making enough filling. Here's the cheese one with a stretch. There's the cheese ball. We're looking for that. There's the cheese ball. Woo! Now, the cheese one is just as worthwhile as doing the brown sugar and mixed nuts. I'm going to leave all the ingredients and all the measurements down below, so please try it out. Of course, if you've come this far, please leave the pancake emoji down below to let me know you've come this far. As always, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for watching. This paired with like the cheesy one, paired with alcohol would be great.